dual nature of matter means matter has dual nature, wave nature as well as particle nature. ठीक है, some scientists they try to prove that light consists of particles. Some scientists they try to prove that light consists of waves. It has wave nature. Okay, so various theories were put forward and many conflicts were there. Somebody gave the wave theory of light, then somebody gave the particle theory of light. And in the end, both the natures, they were discovered after de Broglie conducted his experiment. So de Broglie established the dual nature of matter or dual nature of light. He said that light has both types of nature. Okay, particle, a wave is associated with every moving particle. If a particle is moving, it has a wave also associated with it, right? So different theories of light were put forward by different scientists. As we have discussed, Huygens wave theory. So this was in support of wave nature. Young conducted his experiment that was also in support of wave nature. But then Newton came up with corpuscular theory, and Newton was established scientist. So everybody believed what he said. Okay, so people started believing that it is having particle nature as well. But after that, when Hertz also conducted his experiment and he demonstrated and detected and produced electromagnetic waves, then again there was some doubt about the wave nature of light. So then de Broglie conducted his experiment and he established. Also Max Planck's quantum theory of light came forward. So then it was confirmed that both types of natures are there. So first, this chapter has two parts, photons and electrons. We have two parts, photons and electrons. Under this part, we will be discussing in detail photoelectric effect. We will be discussing in detail photoelectric effect, and under electrons, we'll be considering de Broglie's concept. De Broglie's concept, electron microscope. I'll be just telling you its principle because full detail is not in the syllabus now. There was an experiment, Davison-Germer experiment also, but that is also not in the syllabus. Davison-Germer experiment. What did he do? It was also a great milestone in this field. Davison and German together, they proved that electrons have wave nature. We all know that electrons are particles, but they proved that electrons also have wave nature associated with them, right? So after that, de Broglie's dual nature of matter was confirmed. After Davison-Germer also did their experiment. So first of all, what is a photon? What do you understand by a photon? Yes, anyone? What is a photon of light? Photons क्या होते हैं? Light is composed of packets of energy, quanta of energy. These quanta of energy, these packets of energy, they are called photons. Okay, so लिखिए photons क्या होते हैं? What is a photon? Photon is a quantum of light. It's a unit of light. It's a packet of energy. It's something of which light is composed of. Okay, so all the electromagnetic waves, they also consist of photons. Light is an electromagnetic wave, so that's why we say it consists of photons. Now, energy of a photon. Energy of a photon is given by E is equal to h nu, where nu is frequency of light, yeah, frequency of that radiation, and you know h is Planck's constant. H is Planck's constant. Who will tell me the value of Planck's constant? Yes, what is the value of Planck's constant? H. Yes, students, what's the value of Planck's constant? Let me take attendance of this period as well. Just a second. Yes. So Planck's constant, its value is 6.63 into 10 raised to power minus 34 joule second. Learn this value. 6.63 into 10 raised to power minus 34 joule second. That is the value of Planck's constant. All right. And since C is equal to lambda nu, we can write nu is equal to C by lambda. So put this value of nu here, we get one more formula of energy of photon in terms of wavelength. So it is inversely proportional to wavelength. Okay, those photons that are having less wavelength, they will be more energetic. For example, violet photon will be more energetic as compared to a red photon. And it is directly proportional to frequency. More is the frequency, more will be the energy of that photon. More will be the energy of that photon. Is that clear? All right. So after that, we also want to discuss rest mass of a photon is zero. Photons only exist when they are moving. This is an important point. Rest mass of a photon is zero. Photons only exist when they are moving. Okay, photons exist only when they are in motion. Okay, fine. Now, to tell you that how the energy of photon depends upon color, I'll show you a video. Okay, जिससे थोड़ा सा concept आपका चलिए. So let us come to photoelectric effect now. Photo means photons. Electric means electrons. Photoelectric effect. So when photons fall on a metal surface, electrons are ejected out of it. So metal is required here, right? So when photons fall on a metal, electrons come out. This is photoelectric effect, you all know. But this will happen for a certain particular value of frequency that is called threshold frequency. If the incident photon is not having this much frequency that is required to eject the electrons, then photoelectric effect will not take place. So there is certain minimum value of frequency that the incident photon must have so as to eject the electrons out of a metal surface. If its energy is not sufficient, then electrons will not be ejected out of it. Photoelectric effect will not take place. So there are some terms related to photoelectric effect. First of all, पहले लिख लीजिए होता क्या है photoelectric effect. When light of suitable energy or frequency, अभी आपको बताया ना above threshold frequency होनी चाहिए at least. When light of suitable energy falls on a metal surface, when light of suitable energy falls on a metal surface, तो photons कहाँ गए? वो light photons से ही मिलके बनी हुई है ना. So we indirectly mean to say कि when photons of suitable energy fall on a metal surface, वही बात है. So when light of suitable energy falls on a metal surface, electrons are ejected out of it. Electrons are ejected out of it. Yeah, electrons come out of it. This is called photoelectric effect. Electrons come out of it. This is called photoelectric effect. And there are 2-3 terms related to photoelectric effect that you should know. First term is threshold frequency. Threshold frequency nu naught. So that means frequency must be greater than this threshold frequency. Frequency of incident light must be greater than that. Threshold frequency लिखिए, minimum frequency required. Minimum frequency required for ejection of photoelectrons. Minimum frequency required for the ejection of photoelectrons from a metal surface. Minimum frequency of light required for ejection of photoelectrons from a metal surface. from a metal surface, and it is different for different materials. ठीक है, different materials के लिए different values होंगे. That will depend upon material itself. Copper का अलग होगा, threshold frequency उसके लिए अलग चाहिए होगी, ठीक है, wood की अलग होगी, aluminium की different होगी, like that. So different threshold frequencies are there, depends upon the material, right? Second thing is out of visible and UV light, if I ask, out of visible or UV light, which light will you prefer for photoelectric effect? So what would be your answer? Yes, students, what would be your answer? Which light out of ultraviolet or visible would you prefer for photoelectric effect? तो क्या बोलोगे आप? Which light will you prefer, UV or visible for photoelectric effect? Yes, students, बताइए कौन सी लाइट प्रेफर करोगे, विजिबल की यूवी लाइट? यूवी लाइट प्रेफर करेंगे because UV light has less wavelength, short wavelength. So short wavelength means more frequency. So its frequency will happen to be more than threshold frequency in most of the cases. So इसकी frequency generally threshold frequency से higher होगी. So that's why out of visible and UV rays, we will prefer UV rays for conducting photoelectric experiments. तो ये conceptual question है, ठीक है, नोट कर लो कि यूवी और विजिबल में से वी विल प्रेफर यूवी लाइट. देन द नेक्स्ट टर्म रिलेटेड टू फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट इज वर्क फंक्शन ऑफ द मेटल. वर्क फंक्शन ऑफ दैट मेटल ऑन विच लाइट इज इंसिडेंट. वर्क फंक्शन ऑफ मेटल वी विल डिनोट इट बाय W नॉट, वर्क फंक्शन. अब वर्क फंक्शन क्या है, ये उस मेटल का अपना, मतलब उसके ऊपर ही डिपेंड करता है कि इट इज मिनिमम एनर्जी. वो मिनिमम फ्रीक्वेंसी थी, थ्रेशोल्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी वाज मिनिमम फ्रीक्वेंसी रिक्वायर्ड फॉर फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट, और वर्क फंक्शन इज मिनिमम एनर्जी रिक्वायर्ड टू इजेक्ट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स फ्रॉम अ मेटल सरफेस. कितनी एनर्जी चाहिए उस मेटल में से इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बाहर निकालने के लिए, दैट एनर्जी इज कॉल्ड वर्क फंक्शन. इट्स वर्क फंक्शन. सो राइट डाउन द डेफिनेशन ऑफ वर्क फंक्शन एज वेल. मिनिमम एनर्जी required to eject electrons from a metal surface. Minimum energy required to eject electrons from a metal surface. Minimum energy required to eject electrons from a metal surface, that is called work function of the metal. For example, you will find these kinds of questions in the book. Ki UV rays, they are falling on a wooden table for a long period of time, still no photoelectrons are ejected. Why? तो उसका आंसर ये है क्योंकि wood has a very high work function. It requires very high energy for ejection of photoelectrons from its surface. So that energy cannot be provided by incident light. That's why no photoelectrons are ejected out of its surface. No photoelectric effect is taking place. That means, ठीक है. तो इसके लिए भी अब क्वेश्चन है, why are alkali metals best suited for photoelectric effect? If we want to conduct photoelectric effect, तो कौन सा मटेरियल हमें लेना चाहिए? Alkali metals are best suited. So write down this conceptual question as well. Why are alkali metals best suited for photoelectric effect? Why are alkali metals best suited for photoelectric effect? तो उसका रीजन क्या है? क्योंकि उनका वर्क फंक्शन इज वेरी लो. बिकॉज वर्क फंक्शन ऑफ अल्कली मेटल्स इज वेरी लो, सो इट इज वेरी इजी टू इजेक्ट फोटो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आउट ऑफ देम. तो उनमें से फोटो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बहुत इजीली निकल आते हैं बिकॉज देयर वर्क फंक्शन इज क्वाइट लो. Is that clear? These two definitions, these two terms are clear to you? Then let us see what was the experimental setup taken by Linard. तो सबसे पहले लिनर्ड ने ये एक्सपेरिमेंट किया. हमने EM waves पढ़ा है, हर्ट्ज एक्सपेरिमेंट किया है. एक्चुअली दिस होल थिंग स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम हेनरिच हर्ट्ज. हर्ट्ज ने जब एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, ही प्रोड्यूस्ड EM waves, ठीक है. बट उसने क्या ऑब्जर्व किया कि जब स्पार्क के वो गैप के पास यूवी रेज पड़ती थी ना, तो स्पार्क का अमाउंट कुछ ज्यादा ही निकल रहा था, एक्सेप्शनली ज्यादा स्पार्क उसको ऑब्जर्व हो रही थी। द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ स्पार्क वाज एन इंडिकेशन ऑफ प्रोडक्शन ऑफ ईएम वेव्स। चलो वो तो वहां तक उसका रिस्ट्रिक्टेड था कि ही वाज प्रोड्यूसिंग ईएम वेव्स एंड ही वाज डिटेक्टिंग ईएम वेव्स, सो ही कंफर्म्ड दैट यस ईएम वेव्स हैं। कि जब भी हम इस तरह से एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं कि हाई वोल्टेज अप्लाई करते हैं अक्रॉस अ गैप बिटवीन टू मेटालिक स्फीयर्स, then EM waves are produced. So accelerated charge is the source of production of EM waves. This was Hertz experiment. But ये experiment करते करते एक additional observation आई उसके पास, with UV rays this amount of spark was exceptionally more. So when Leonard also thought about it, and this was, you can say, a gate towards photoelectric effect. वहां से ये start हो गया था photoelectric effect, but Hertz himself didn't know कि ये उसने क्या डिस्कवर किया, वो तो वहां तक रिस्ट्रिक्टेड था। एंड हर्ट्ज आल्सो डाइड इन द एट अ वेरी अर्ली एज, एट एज ऑफ 36 इयर्स ही डाइड। अदरवाइज वो शायद और एक्सप्लोर कर लेते इसको और शायद इस फील्ड में भी बहुत वर्क करते हैं, ठीक है। बट देयर वाज अ स्टूडेंट, पीएचडी स्टूडेंट ऑफ हेनरिच हर्ट्ज, विलियम हॉलवॉक। विलियम हॉलवॉक, उन्होंने ये ऑब्जर्वेशन जो है उसको लाइटली नहीं लिया, एंड ही कंडक्टेड वन मोर एक्सपेरिमेंट विद द हेल्प ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप। तो इलेक्ट्रोस्कोप के ऊपर उन्होंने यूवी लाइट डाली, ठीक है, तो उससे जो ऑब्जर्वेशंस मिली दैट आल्सो वाज एन इलस्ट्रेशन ऑफ फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट। बट उनको भी नहीं पता था कि उन्होंने फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट डिस्कवर कर लिया, बट दैट वाज द बैकबोन ऑफ, यू कैन से, फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट। So day after tomorrow I'll be showing you using electroscope how he did that experiment exactly. उसके बाद लिनर्ड ने एक एक्सपेरिमेंटल सेटअप लिया, कैथोड एनोड, कैथोड के ऊपर अल्कली मेटल्स की कोटिंग कर दी और यूवी लाइट डाली, क्योंकि हमने देखा है कि यूवी लाइट बेस्ट है और किसके लिए, फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट के लिए कौन सी मेटल्स बेस्ट है, अल्कली मेटल्स। तो दोनों चीजें ले ली कि इजीली फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट हो जाए। So when he made incident of UV rays on alkali metals, then photoelectrons came out of that metal surface, and he kept anode at a very high potential that attracted those electrons towards it. So the photoelectrons, they started moving towards the anode, and this way photoelectric current started flowing. तो इस तरह से photoelectric current produce होना start हो गया. So this was Leonard's experiment actually. तो लिनर्ड की ऑब्जर्वेशंस करते हैं, एक्सपेरिमेंटल सेटअप ऑफ लिनर्ड, और बाद में आइंस्टाइन ने उसको कंटिन्यू किया। लिनर्ड एक्सपेरिमेंटल सेटअप फॉर फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट। So he had taken a glass tube with a quartz window, ठीक है, उसमें विंडो कौन सी थी, क्वार्ट्ज विंडो थी। दिस वाज क्वार्ट्ज विंडो बिकॉज इट अलाउज बोथ विजिबल लाइट एज वेल एज अल्ट्रावायलेट रेज टू पास थ्रू इट। अगर विंडो ग्लास की होगी, अदरवाइज ट्यूब ग्लास की थी, अगर विंडो ग्लास की होगी तो यूवी रेज जो है वो नहीं पास कर पाएंगे। सो इट अलाउज बोथ द रेज। दिस वाज ग्लास ट्यूब, दिस वाज एनोड हियर एट हाई पोटेंशियल, and this was cathode coated with alkali metal. Cathode coated with alkali metal. So when UV rays, they were falling on it, photoelectrons were ejected out of it, ठीक है, ये light of suitable frequency UV rays, when they were falling on this alkali metal, then photoelectric effect took place, right? And high positive potential was applied this time. So anode was kept at a very high potential to attract those photoelectrons. So these photoelectrons, they started moving towards the anode under attraction, and we said that photoelectric current started flowing. So then different observations were made and different graphs were plotted. What were the observations? What were the observations? So is the experiment clear to you? कि ये photoelectric current produce कैसे हो रहे हैं, कैसे उन्होंने constitute किया? This was the experimental setup. Now first observation तो यही थी कि एक तो threshold frequency का concept. Second observation was photoelectric current was directly proportional to intensity of radiation. Photoelectric current was directly proportional to intensity of radiation. So straight line was obtained between intensity and photoelectric current. अब photoelectric current का मतलब क्या है? पहले देखो intensity of radiation का मतलब क्या है कि how intense the incident radiation is. उसमें कितने photons हैं. So intensity of radiation means कितने number of photons. और फोटो का इलेक्ट्रिक करंट मींस कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स निकल रहे हैं, कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स मूव करके आ रहे हैं एनोड की तरफ, राइट? सो फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक करंट मींस नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. सो इट वाज फाउंड दैट as many as electrons will come out of metal surface, as many photons will be incident on it. So number of electrons coming out of metal surface was found directly proportional to number of photons striking the metal surface. एक फोटोन स्ट्राइक किया, एक निकला, दो फोटोन स्ट्राइक किए, दो निकले, तीन फोटोन स्ट्राइक किए, तीन निकले, like that. So exactly the photoelectric current was directly proportional to intensity of radiation. How did they do this? By keeping the frequency of radiation constant. They plotted the graph for different intensities of radiation. Intensity बढ़ानी शुरू की, frequency constant रखी, ठीक है? So frequency was kept constant and actual graph कैसा बना? This type of graph was there. Anode potential was varied, different potentials पे graph plot किया गया, and this was photoelectric current here. So with the increase in potential, photoelectric current increase. जैसे जैसे anode potential increase किया, ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन उसकी तरफ अट्रैक्ट होने शुरू हुए, ठीक है? तो फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक करंट इंक्रीज होना शुरू हो गया, सैचुरेट हो गया. नाउ दे स्टार्टेड डिक्रीजिंग द एनोड पोटेंशियल, ठीक है? फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक करंट स्टार्टेड डिक्रीजिंग, और डिक्रीज होते होते फॉर सम रिवर्स वैल्यू ऑफ एनोड पोटेंशियल फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक करंट सीज्ड टू फ्लो, इट स्टॉप्ड टू फ्लो. दैट पोटेंशियल वी नॉट, that is called cut off potential, that is cutting off the current, जिसके लिए photoelectric current zero हो रहा है, that is called stopping potential or cut off potential. So there are three key definitions in photoelectric effect. One is threshold frequency, second is work function, and third is this stopping potential or cut off potential. ये आपको पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है? तो ये क्या है? It is the reverse value of anode potential that stops the most energetic photoelectrons to reach the anode. Why we are saying this कि most energetic electrons? क्योंकि इससे पहले जो kinetic energy थी ना इलेक्ट्रॉन्स की, वो मैक्सिमम थी, उसके बाद तो वो रुक ही गए, है ना? वो तो उसके बाद एनोड पे जाना बंद ही हो गए, क्योंकि हमने अब एनोड का पोटेंशियल दूसरी डायरेक्शन में इंक्रीज करना शुरू कर दिया, नेगेटिव डायरेक्शन में. अब तो इलेक्ट्रॉन रिपेल हो रहे हैं, तो वो वहां पे पहुंचेंगे ही नहीं, ठीक है? तो जस्ट एक मोमेंट पहले इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के पास जो एनर्जी थी, दैट वाज द मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल एनर्जी. सो दैट्स व्हाई वी आर यूजिंग दिस टर्म हियर. सो देयर कैन बी टू डेफिनेशंस ऑफ स्टॉपिंग पोटेंशियल और कट ऑफ पोटेंशियल. राइट द डेफिनेशन. फर्स्ट डेफिनेशन लिखिए, मिनिमम वैल्यू ऑफ या रिवर्स वैल्यू ऑफ एनोड पोटेंशियल, reverse value of anode potential for which photoelectric current ceases to flow. CAESES, ceases to flow मतलब stops to flow. Reverse value of anode potential for which photoelectric current ceases to flow. Reverse value of anode potential for which photoelectric current ceases to flow. दूसरी डेफिनेशन लिखिए, reverse value of anode potential that stops the most energetic photoelectrons. It is the reverse value of anode potential that stops most energetic photoelectrons from reaching the anode. Most energetic photoelectrons from reaching the anode. From reaching the anode. So that potential is called cut-off potential. तो पहले उन्होंने क्या किया कि डिफरेंट फ्रीक्वेंसी कांस्टेंट रख के डिफरेंट इंटेंसिटीज पे ग्राफ प्लॉट किया. तो दिस ग्राफ वाज फॉर I1. देन दे प्लॉटेड द ग्राफ फॉर another intensity. Photoelectric current was higher, but stopping potential remained the same. So he plotted the graph at two different intensities. ये जो पहली observation है, keeping frequency constant. So at constant frequency, when he took two radiations of different intensities, then photoelectric current was directly proportional to it. This is separate graph between photoelectric current and intensity. Otherwise, the original graph looked like this. On increasing the intensity of radiation, photoelectric current became higher. So it was found directly proportional to it. But stopping potential remained the same. So यहाँ से ये observation आ रही है that stopping potential does not depend upon intensity of radiation. So please go on noting down these observations, because on the basis of these observations, we will be stating the laws of photoelectric emission. तब मैं आपसे ये ऑब्जर्वेशन पूछूंगी. तो पहली ऑब्जर्वेशन थी थ्रेशोल्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी के बिलो नो फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट टेक्स प्लेस. सेकंड ऑब्जर्वेशन है दैट फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक करंट इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू इंटेंसिटी ऑफ रेडिएशन. ठीक है. थर्ड ऑब्जर्वेशन करते हैं इसके बाद. आप पहले देख लीजिए, हैव अ लुक एट दिस. इफ एनी डाउट इज देयर यू कैन आस्क, बिकॉज द बेल इज अबाउट टू गो. सो सी दिस. अगर आपको ये समझ में आया होगा, ओनली देन नेक्स्ट लेक्चर यू विल अंडरस्टैंड. अगर ये नहीं पढ़ा होगा तो नेक्स्ट लेक्चर भी समझ में नहीं आएगा. यस स्टूडेंट्स, आस्क इफ एनी डाउट इज देयर. पूछना है कुछ?